Circle City Classic Weekend is almost here, and it's a little bit different this year. It's going to be very musical, and it's going to be very hopping. Most definitely. Dian Foreman with Indiana Black Expo is with us to explain about the weekend and tell us what's going on. How are you doing, first of all?
I'm doing well, Ray. Thanks for having us again, and great to be here and just really celebrate what's going to be happening next weekend.
It's a much different type of celebration than what people are used to.
Yes.
Rather than football, we are doing bands and the Greek organizations with a step show. We'll talk about that in a second, but why the decision to make that switch to highlight the bands? Now I'm all about the bands. You know me. We're the marching band kings around here as far as our coverage. Why highlight the bands? Why highlight the Greek organizations? What was behind that switch?
I think the essence is not just between the bands or even the football game. It's about the fact that we have always wanted to make sure that we're highlighting HBCUs, that we're highlighting the opportunity for students to be able to articulate their post-education, their educational needs there, and then to introduce that, because when you think about it, in the Midwest, where are the opportunities for our young people to have that exposure? So this year, yes, it's a switch over to the bands versus the football, but I think that's always been the phrase, like they arrive when it's time for the halftime. You know, they're ready for the halftime show. So you'll be able to enjoy the entire halftime show, but the bands are going to be there for the Circle City Classic Battle of the Bands.
And as you said, HBCU is getting a lot of the attention, and they have gotten a lot more attention, I think, nationally the last few years, because let's be honest, a lot of HBCUs were in trouble not that long ago.
Correct.
And it seems like, at least for now, they're coming back, and they're coming back strong.
Absolutely. The resurgence, and then not only that, the accomplishments and the graduation rates that are happening within those HBCUs and the impact that those alumni are doing in the community and across the nation. So it's a great opportunity for young people. I have my youngest son is a graduate of a HBCU, and definitely proud of what they're able to do for students. So we're excited that here's an opportunity to introduce the HBCUs to our community and to engage them in a way that others have not been able to do so.
All right, so let's talk about the weekend. We got some good bands coming from my old stomping grounds in Alabama. A couple of them are coming from there, but you said 4 bands total, 3 bands competing.
Yes, so we'll have Talladega, we'll have Miles, and we'll have Kentucky State, and then Lincoln University also will be performing. And then another highlight is that one of the things that sometimes people may not know, the winner of the parade also gets to perform, and so it's a high school band. So there's a band, the Central School from Louisville is going to be performing the Yellow Jackets, so they'll be opening up on the Battle of the Bands on Saturday.
Now, how does a Battle of the Bands work exactly? I mean, they're battling each other. You want the crowd's favorite. Who makes the ultimate decision as to who the champion is?
There are judges, and we've always had judges. Even with the football game, we've had judges who are scoring them on their performance and the crowd interaction. And so we'll still have those judges in place that will be judging the bands that are participating.
All right. And of course, another part of this, the step show, involving the Divine Nine.
Absolutely.
Who is the Divine Nine, for those who don't know?
All right. Yeah. So those are the Greek organizations that are part of the HBCU experience. So when you think about Classic Weekend, we're talking about is a classic weekend of excellence, a Black excellence. And so you have the Divine Nine, the sororities and fraternities that are represented there. And so we have a total of 7 teams that will be performing. And we're just really excited for them to be here from locally as well as from across the nation.
I was about to ask, where are the teams coming from? Because, Indiana, we don't really have your traditional HBCUs like you think of in some other places. We don't have those in Indiana. So where are these teams coming from?
So they're coming from Kentucky, they're coming from Indiana, they're coming from Washington, D.C., and they're coming from Philly.
All right.
Yeah, so they're coming from all over. And big money, too, to win. Because the winner, first place gets $7,000, second place is $5,000.
Oh, my goodness.
Third place is $2,500. So that's something great to put back into those organizations.
This is serious competition.
Absolutely.
Did you step back in the day?
I did not. I did not. But the youngest is Greek. He's alpha. So,
there you go. Okay. Yeah, if you haven't seen a step show, I mean,
it's amazing.
Yeah, you don't know what you're missing unless you go see this at the Circle City Classic. Now, is this all going down in the stadium at Lucas Oil?
Everything's going on in the stadium. Things start at 3 o'clock on Saturday. But before that, come and enjoy all the other activities that are leading up to it, including on Saturday. On Saturday at 10 o'clock, the parade kicks off. So we're going to have a lot of those bands be there. On Friday, we have the pep rally. That's another opportunity to see a couple of the bands perform and some local groups perform on that day. And then we also have the cabaret that's going on Friday night, the comedy show that's going on. But with so many things going on, we really encourage you to follow us on social media, but definitely go to our website, circlecityclassic.com, and look at that information to govern yourself accordingly. It's family events. There's things that are family friendly. The cost is very economical. Just go and have a good time.
Did I see Belle Biv DeVoe coming in?
Yes, they're coming. You know, you ready to do that, break that move?
Yes, absolutely, yeah. It's good to see Belle Biv DeVoe still doing, and Boys to Men and groups
absolutely.
like that still out there, you know?
Absolutely. So we just want people to come out and just enjoy it. Come, see what we have prepared, see the work that's been put into it, and enjoy yourselves. Because it's going to be a great weekend. We're hoping that we have that great weather again. But it's going to be a fun time. But then it's also a time that we also remember that it's a fundraiser. We're raising money for scholarships. Nearly $5 million that we have given out in scholarships so far. And just remember, it's a fundraiser. So when you come and you put those dollars into the event, they're going back into scholarships.
And you're helping kids go to these schools, some of these schools that you'll be seeing at Indiana Black Expo. Circle City Classic Weekend on the 24th. Well, everything leading up to the 24th. We've got all that at WRTV.com. Go check it out and help Indiana Black Expo raise some great money for these students. Dian Foreman, it's good to see you again.
So thank you, Ray.